Good morning YouTube, here we are at a slightly skewed looking Nürburgring. It's race day, we've got qualifying in about 40 minutes and what can I tell you? Well, it's been a bit of a haphazard start to the race weekend. Had a few things happen on the route here, like my smoothie exploded in the boot of my car, which was a lot of fun to try and sort out at a petrol station. And to be honest, I had to tear myself away from the UK because it was my birthday last week. I had a really nice thing happen. Asus Republic of Gamers sent me my brand new gaming PC and all the bits with that, the monitor, the keyboard, everything. So I managed to get that put together, have a few hours playing on Assetto Corsa Competizione. All I can say for now is it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm just enjoying having some high quality esports action. I'm going to be racing in a few championships pretty soon, which I'll be able to tell you all about. But apart from that, it's dry right now. We had a big downpour last night. Coming into this weekend, it was actually due to be a bit of a washout potentially, and as things have turned out, it's now looking dry. But then, as with all things at the Nürburgring, you can never quite tell. Yesterday we had no rain forecast and then we had a big downpour in the evening. It just means that this morning, driving here, there's quite a bit of low hanging cloud, quite a bit of mist in the air, and inevitably it's going to be some sort of damp patches in and around the track. I had a bit of a shock yesterday because where I park, which is in a school car park, I park there quite often, and I guess it's just been during school holidays. And then yesterday morning I come down to my car and someone's blocking me in. Long story short, it took me an hour to find out whose car it was, and that meant that I missed my morning session on the track. So I only got 3 laps yesterday, which I did with Danny Brink, running shotgun. We worked on a few things. So yeah, got a few ideas about trying to kind of go a bit slower to go faster. Yeah, some things I want to work on today. We also had a bit of a last minute change of plan because this is a 6-hour race as opposed to the normal 4-hour. We were going to do the race with 4 drivers, but then the drivers we were going to race with aren't available, and I had to make a bit of a call on it yesterday evening because I couldn't contact Lutz. He wasn't picking up his phone, and so it was really down to me and David, and we had to make a decision by 7 o'clock yesterday evening. So we're going with 3 drivers. And I've worked out a bit of a strategy which I need to run through this morning with everyone, and hopefully it's going to work. It's a bit of a tricky one because to do with the number of pit stops that you take on a 6-hour race, it means that somebody doesn't get to drive as much as the other 2 drivers. To try and split it up economically and give each other the same amount of driving just doesn't work, because you're just going to lose time in the pits doing pit stops, and you know, there's no point losing 3, 4, 5 minutes because then you're just massively compromising your race time. So I have to talk to Lutz this morning. I'm on my way to the truck behind me, and yeah, hopefully he's going to be alright with it. Morgan! So yeah, we have to see. Fingers crossed. Morgan! Morgan, Oscar! How you doing? Hey, it's Oscar Cam. Morgan Uli.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Hey, how are we doing?
Very fine. The weather conditions are very nice. The people are happy, so it will be a nice day.
Have you had a nice breakfast?
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
At home.
At home, even better. In bed?
Yes, I'm sleeping. No, not in bed.
Well folks, just had quali and standard Nürburgring edition of qualifying, as in very frustrating. I had 2 laps at the end of the stint. First lap I was stuck behind a 911 who slowed me down quite a bit. Just one of those situations like you have here where you just don't really have the room and enough speed to get past somebody safely. So yeah, I think I did like a 9:31. Second lap I was just under 7 seconds up by the halfway point coming down Kesselchen, and yeah, on for a good lap, which I don't know, probably would have been like a 9:22 or quicker, which would have put us like 7th. And then the KTM Crossbow fired itself off just before Hauacht, code 60, standard, traffic, lost all the time. We're starting 11th, David's out first. Good luck, man. David started really well, but unfortunately he had to come into the pits about an hour into his stint because a GT3 car basically drove him off the track while overtaking. Really bad luck, and it meant that the tracking had to be reset. Unfortunately, this all coincided right at the moment that all the other cars in the team came in for pit stops, driver changes, fuel, tyres, and it meant that we lost even more time, 27 minutes in total, while the mechanics reset the tracking. Just really unfortunate timing. Lutz took over, drove a good stint, drove some really good times before handing the car over to me. At which point I got in and drove a double stint. So this is the longest I've ever driven in a race car, in a race that is. Something like over 2.5 hours. I think we were in 134th overall when I came in, and I overtook 29 cars to get us up to 105th overall. We finished in 9th, David drove the last stint, brought the car home cleanly. So I think all in all we were pretty happy with that. I mean, to be 2.5 laps down is really tough. With the best will in the world, you're going to struggle to pull that kind of deficit back. So I think to get 9th, we did pretty well under the circumstances. I think had we not had the incident, we could have probably managed something like 7th. But it was just such a crazy race. Managing the traffic, the GT3 cars coming behind you, it's hard at the best of times on such a narrow track like this, but everybody said in this race the GT3 cars were pushing so hard. On top of that, during the 2.5 hours or more that I was driving the car, there was a code 60 and a crash on every single lap for 2.5 hours, something stuffed in the barrier. And this is really tough because you're trying to just get your head down and drive consistently, focus and do good times, and the whole time you're speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, constantly looking for flag signals up ahead, debris on the track, and it just really can mess up your focus and concentration. We got our head down, we focused, and we just drove consistently for the rest of the race. So that's all you can really do in that kind of situation. Yeah, I think next race, the big one of the season, the Nürburgring 24 hours. I mean, it's going to be an absolutely amazing feeling to compete in this race. Just trying to get the laps in on the sim, get a lot of training, a lot of physical training.
8 more.
Only 8?
Yeah, only 8. 8 little ones. 7 more.
A lot of focusing as well, you know, some good meditation in between now and then, and just going to the biggest race of my entire career in about 3 weeks' time. So yeah, wish me luck for that one, guys. It's going to be a big one. Big love to my patrons. As always, thank you so much, guys, for supporting. If you'd like to become a patron, you can click the link here or here and find out how you can get all the benefits of the behind the scenes stuff that patrons get, and merch and everything else. Please give this video a like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in 3 to 4 weeks at 24 Hour Race. So lots of love, guys. Bye.